This is the new 2023 Pilot TrailSport. It's Honda's most extreme member of its new trail-ready family. Today we're out here at our mountain test course to see if TrailSport is more than just a badge. That's coming up right now on Driving Sports TV. Introduced just last year, the Pilot TrailSport brought a new level of capability to Honda's popular three-row crossover. Today we're going to put it to the test on our mountain test course, where we have a number of challenges awaiting it. Can it get through? We're going to find out. But before we get started, let's take a look at some key features on this new TrailSport. Under the hood is Honda's 3.5-liter V6. This produces a peak 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. A 10-speed automatic is the only transmission option. For all-wheel drive, the TrailSport uses Honda's excellent iVTM4 system with some added trail-specific enhancements. This can send up to 70% of available power to the rear wheels, and 100% of that can shift from side to side. The rear differential is beefed up to handle the more aggressive trail logic. EPA rates economy at 18 miles to the gallon in the city and 23 on the highway. As of filming, there's still no hybrid option. This runs exclusively on dinosaur juice. TrailSport specific enhancements include skid plates that can handle the full weight of the vehicle, a recovery point on the first plate. For rear recoveries, you can use the receiver chainstays, which are now rated to handle twice the gross vehicle weight. Ground clearance is also increased to 8.3 inches. In the back is a full-size spare.
What we have here is a Continental Terrain Contact all-terrain tire. The tire here is a 265/60 R18 fitment. It's wrapped around an 18-inch alloy wheel that looks great.
Price of our test vehicle as it sits with optional diffused sky pearl paint, $50,500 US including destination. With those details out of the way, let's see if this CUV can master our mountain. Okay, so here we go. Honda TrailSport, yeah. So of course Honda first came out with the TrailSport Passport, and that was okay. It had some nice things going for it, but it really didn't feel like it was off-road capable or trail capable even. This one, however, definitely kicks things up because now we have proper skid plates. We also have a highly modified iVTM4 system with a beefed up rear differential. That means that this thing can actually put torque down. Also, a surround view in trail mode. So I'm going to go ahead and pop over to trail mode very quickly here so that we automatically get the trail view because I don't want to fall off this cliff. And I can switch between a couple different views there. So this does have 8.3 inches of ground clearance, which really, truth be told, is not a lot. But it should be enough to be able to get us through most of the courses here today. Now, the very first course I'm going to go through is what we call Go for Run. It's one of our easier courses. It's basically just steep and dirt. So we're going to give that a try. But the very first thing I'm going to do is hill descent control. Now, I'm already in trail mode, hill descent on, and now when I release the brake, it automatically controls all four brakes to ease me down the hill. I can hear those brakes really kicking in to keep the vehicle from slipping. If I want to go any faster, I just tip in a little bit more and it'll then hold that speed. And it'll do that up to about 12 miles per hour. Obviously, 12 miles per hour down a very slippery hill, I'm not really sure the point of that, but it will go as low as 2, and I think that that's a good speed. Of course, the best thing are some of the Jeeps, which can do 1 mile per hour on a hill descent. I like that a lot. But again, this is not a Jeep Wrangler, but it might be good enough for roads like we have today. And these are basically examples of battered roads that you might find on, public trails, either in the desert, in the mountains, or in the Cascade area. Basically, we have a number of different surfaces, different degrees of climb, as well as other challenges that are placed along these routes. That makes this course kind of a microcosm of roads that you would find in the real world. Obviously, what we're going to really find out today is whether this whole TrailSport name is more than just a name. So we obviously already popped into trail mode. You will note there are a number of different drive modes that are exclusive to TrailSport and upper trim pilots. This one comes with a lot of them. We have Sport, Normal, Econ, Snow, Trail, Sand, and Tow. Right now we're going to use trail mode because this is literally a dirt trail. It's perfect for that setting. What this will do is optimize pushing power to the back, because of course this can push up to 70% of available torque to the back wheels. It can then shift 100% of that left to right on those rear wheels as well. When you're climbing, it's what's in the rear that really matters. So here we go, let's give it a try. Now I've just put it in trail mode and that's all I have going on. Oh, so I need to disable the parking assist, yeah, because there it is. It's going to be beeping at me because of the shrubbery. There's a lot of sagebrush around me. It's going to keep beeping. General settings. I don't know where this is. Okay, so there's an option on the left here to turn it off as we go. So let's go ahead and go back to that. I'm going to be in trail mode, which will automatically enable that camera when I'm at low speeds, and even if I exceed the required speed, when I slow down again, it will re-enable. Definitely want to turn that off the next time it beeps. So I have my finger over the mute button because it comes on and off so fast. Okay, now I'm just hitting this really slowly so we can feel that torque moving around the system as it pushes power. Oh, this is doing really good. Some of your more basic brake vectoring based vehicles really struggle on that corner as power is shifting around. This one, no problem. It puts the power down and we smoothly go through it. Now granted, we could just blast through here with momentum, but with momentum, unless you have full underbody armor, you can really start to damage things. So I'm going as slow as possible, which is a real world scenario here. Okay, we're just going up. I'm looking at the camera. It's pretty useful. I would like tracking lines in the front view. Let's turn that, mute that. But I don't get those. I do get wheel well shots, which is nice, as well as a tracker on the full surround view. So I guess I can't complain because at least it gives me that. Okay, so man, it went through that with flying colors, no big deal. Now let's see what we can do next. Okay, so the next test is going to be Sidewinder, which contains a number of large rocks, and then we have a tight, steep climb out of it. If this vehicle does okay, then we will move on to something really hard, eventually. Okay, so here is the Sidewinder rock crossing. This is a part of the course still in development. I need to add a lot more rocks here, but it does require manually bringing them from the farther side of the property, and I just haven't brought enough of them yet. I mean, you can be moving rocks all day and it just doesn't seem to be making much of a dent. But this will be a complete rock crossing eventually. But for right now, it's still going to be challenging to a vehicle like this. Crossovers have a real hard time here because they lack wheel travel, which means that you get a wheel with no grip at all. So right here, we're going to see just how active trail mode is in shifting power from the wheel that's spinning to the wheel with grip. So we're going to be in drive mode of trail, and I'm just going to crawl forward. Now I'm going to use these cameras. This is also a really good opportunity to see how useful these camera systems are. And I want to be as far right as possible without actually scraping against anything. And yeah, that wheel cam's actually pretty good. We're going to climb over the log here. Now this doesn't have a low range. It is just a 10-speed automatic transmission. And here we go. We're already starting to spin some wheel. And obviously these are not the most aggressive of tires. So can they pull us through? Yes, it does a really good job of shifting that power around. But if you were to compare this to something, say like a Toyota 4Runner, where you can just automatically just turn on a locking diff, then you just don't have any of this wheel spin. It just turns. It turns both wheels equally, so you're not waiting for that power shift, which causes less wear and tear to the trail too. So it's actually a little bit better, obviously, to use a proper locker and not a brake vectoring system. But as far as brake vectoring combined with the IVTM4 system goes, this vehicle is really excellent. So I'm still in trail mode. I'm just going to basically hustle up this tight, twisty, loose, steep climb. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is this is a V6, so you get power immediately. This is a really great engine. And by immediately, I mean compared to a turbo. Obviously an electric or a hybrid would give you more power off the line, but this one is still a really nice, just a really nice powertrain. I'm going pretty slow, really test that system, see how it shifts power around as we shift weight going up the climb. No problem. I've always liked iVTM4, and to see how far they've optimized it for trail use just really gets me excited. So now we're going to go play over by the ladder and see how this vehicle handles that. I already tested the hill descent control system, but now this is where you really need it on a very steep, very slippery surface. And I'm going to start down this hill using the cameras to find my line because I can't see anything here. You can see the course right there. And down we go. Yikes! So this is keeping me at 2 miles an hour. We're definitely slipping. Everything's falling forward in the back of the rig, of course. And down we go. But this wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part's actually coming up right here. Braking over the edge. And take my foot off the brake, and we'll let the car do the rest. Now, we do not have an inclinometer here, but I can tell you it's about 27, 26 degrees right here, and very, very soft. Yeah, those brakes are working overtime, easing us down, keeping us straight, everything under control. So the difference between hill descent control and just putting your foot on the brakes is you put your foot on the brakes and it's going to apply the brakes to all four corners. This way, it's kind of moving the brakes where they're needed. Well, that was fun. Normally going up the ladder would be reserved for very extreme vehicles. However, this does have all-terrain tires. It does have underbody protection, and it has an advanced trail mode. It even has a sand mode, so I think we're going to give it a try. Now, caveat, I have not run a vehicle up this course in probably 3 weeks, so it may not be exact conditions considering soil that we would have had earlier. I'm also going to try to stick on the tracks I just made so that I'm not kicking up rocks. So let's do this. I'm in drive. I'm first going to try it in trail. Boy, those alerts are annoying. I'm first going to try it in trail mode, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to go to sand mode, which reduces traction control so I get more spin, which helps churn through the tough conditions. But we're just going to try it right now. Now the tires are all at 35 PSI, which is factory. Ooh, already hitting rocks. Which is the factory PSI setting. We're just going to see how well this can shift power around when there is no traction. Can we get up it? Come on, you almost got it. This is where everything gets stuck right here. And we're getting stuck. Okay, so before we dig our way south, let's reset. And I think all we really need is some more momentum. Now it's using that wheel braking and hill descent to ease me down even backwards, which is kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. This time with sand mode, because I think we just need a little more momentum to get over that tricky part. Okay, oof, we are hitting rocks there, but we got skid plates, let's use them. Manufacturers hate it when I do that. Okay, sand. But they'll forgive me if I get up here. That's the way this business works. Let's try to not hit our nose there. We're in sand mode, I'm gonna charge it. Let's see what we can do. And the problem is that when I start charging it down here, I actually get less momentum because I'm just churning through the sandy stuff. Okay, no progress. Let's do this again. One more try, because I think this might be able to get up it, but on the other hand, I don't want to punish this vehicle too much, because this is a very extreme condition and not something people would normally be doing. So this time I'm going to ease on the throttle very easily, and I'm going to try to slowly go up and then add momentum as we get to that tricky spot. Although at this point, I might have already caused too much disruption on the lower dirt. So stand, we're gonna move slowly, slowly, slowly. Come on, slowly. We're still moving. Still moving. Try to cut to the right. It's a little easier. Oh, are we gonna get this? Are we gonna get, oh, come on, come on, are we gonna do it? Oh, now it's digging. Always that spot. So you see the issue here. I'm just gonna keep my foot in, keeping the wheel straight, see if it can sort it out. No, we are not moving. See if I can just reverse just a bit. Now drive. Get past that hump. No. Reverse. You know, I think with more aggressive tires, this actually stands a good chance. Throw some Mickey Thompsons on here or some Wild Peak RTs. I think we'd be good. But with these guys, we're just not getting enough grip. Okay, here we go. One last try. I know I keep saying, now we're just going sideways. Okay, not good. That's it. So we have found the limits on this vehicle, but we're having no overheating. The system is working like it should. I am very impressed with the iVTM4 system in this new Pilot. Now, obviously, if you're going to be hitting stuff like this every single day, you might want something that can handle the next level, like, you know, obviously a 4Runner, a Lexus GX, heck, anything from like a Jeep, like the Grand Cherokee. That is really designed for more extreme conditions. But, you know, I gotta say, I am super impressed with this vehicle. You know, I just can't wait to see what they do with the TrailSport brand next. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share videos. We make them for you, and I do hope you enjoy them. I sure enjoy making them.